Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. And therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
Alrighty, what's up guys? Welcome back. Evan Aldo here. What's up, Johnny M? So, yeah, I mean, first things first. I mean, it's still like a lower trading volume situation. I would be a little bit more optimistic on like positive price action. Excuse me, for the end of the year for New Year's Eve. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a precursor, you know. Excuse me, sorry, a little bit congested. A little precursor to state that, you know, maybe we're gonna, you know, continue forward. And I mean, this is kind of, you know, if you break out of this range, you're looking at 105. So that's what brings the title of this video, the technical target for potentially 105. And trigger wave potentially to the downside. There's always going to be a, you know, a bearish case. Money flow kind of coming up here. So yeah. Let's see. I mean, yeah, if you could hold this area, yeah, that's the main thing. Trying to jump up to some of these higher places, yeah. And then here on Ethereum, so okay, Dixie going up. Let's take a look. We'll take a look at that in a second. Ethereum, yeah, the same thing. I mean, it's kind of a head and shoulder situation, but that's probably the least accurate, type of pattern I ever dealt with in my career. Money flow, VWAP coming up, money flow coming up there. So big area to hold for Ethereum. Again, big area to hold would also be 2,800. If we drop down there, that's going to be a huge buying opportunity. However, we may be able to rally forward up to 4,800 sometime in January, maybe. I wouldn't be too pessimistic. Things could come pretty quickly. They could happen pretty quickly here. Now, if we look back in history, when did ETH make a new all-time high in the 4-year cycle? It was around 1,500, so right around there, I would argue, February. So if you follow that, it's going to be in about a month. So you would, if you follow that, it would be tough to come down to this area and then really jump up, 100% or more into February. It would take longer. So I think you would need to hold these areas if you want to see new all-time highs by February or March, I should say. And yeah, actually, let's look at the Dixie. Let's see here. Yeah, that is coming up. Yeah. I'm trying to think like where you would try to, let's just see, are we hitting it? Maybe here. That's a 618 fib level would be the next potential spot. I would argue I'd probably even, maybe get rid of this one. You got that wick there, but it doesn't mean too much to us right now. I mean, the next place would be a little bit higher. Do you break up all the way to this high? Maybe. If things continue downward, maybe. I kind of don't think they will. I think the Dixie's eventually going to come down, especially based on that damn 2-week, right there. And we can combine that 2-week, I think, is a ticking time bomb for a drop downward. We can look at the US 30. And I just want to see the US 30 here. So, I think this is also a potential ticking time bomb. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit higher. I think you will reject there, but it's kind of these time frames. It's not that bearish yet. You know what I mean? So we shall see here. And, Solana is another one that's, that potential trade setup I was looking at, potentially jumping back to this area. If Bitcoin goes back to 105, you're looking at Solana at potential old all-time highs, general area. You did have, what was this correction for Sol? About 33. I mean, my kind of guess here, as of what I'm looking at right now, Happy New Year, Eric. As of what I'm looking at right now is that we should be able to continue. Consolidation is a form of correction. Doesn't have to really, go too crazy. Polygon, trying to jump up from this area too. That was that, 30 or 40% correction, I should say. Even more here. This got killed. Jeez. So yeah. So that's that. And yeah. Right to that point too for Chainlink. So potentially jumping off of here, but that looks a little bit, that's the thing, looks a little weak. Bitcoin trying to hold on to this area. So yeah. And I mean, the other thing too, Bitcoin fear and greed keeps going more into the fear area. And, as long as we stay sideways or continue bearish, I believe this would create more fear. This would create more fear in the market. Who knows how accurate of an indication this is, but if we look at, right here, you came up to extreme greed, and then you came down. Right here, you came up to extreme greed, right, 100K, and then you came down. So, do you come down to almost extreme fear again, which I don't know why people were so goddamn scared over here in September. I for sure wasn't. And I mean, my guess is it'll probably bottom around here, maybe come down to 40, and then we continue forward. So I would be, I'll tell you guys right now, I'd be a little bit more optimistic right here. And I do think that you should be able to jump up. Now, if we map this out a little bit, just see some potential possibilities here. We look at, if we map this out, you're looking at maybe January 7th. It'd probably take a few days, a week, I would say. I mean, you could really jump up quickly, but somewhere around there, you would maybe hit that 105. If you can break above there, if we really get a nice January rally, mid-January, 120 could be possible. Then what happens? You see that quick volatility down. Maybe then you get your 80K. So that's what happens sometimes in these markets. So yeah, when is altcoin season? Well, I mean, I think that in some respects we're already seeing it a little bit. We saw others, from this area, keeps kind of coming up. Others, generally comes up. As long as this kind of jumps here, then you would see your altcoin season. I think you would see a lot of it for the duration of whenever the bull market is bullish for most of the months in 2025, as we've seen with history. If we look at others versus Bitcoin, which is one of my favorite gouges of kind of altcoin season, I mean, we would consider, I guess you would consider, like, this was altcoin season, up until October of 2020. A lot of 2020 was kind of altcoin season, but the real altcoin season was, December, or let's say January 21 to like May. So if you repeat that situation, and then here it was January 2017 to, January 2018, so almost a year. And I mean, the same kind of thing there with the peak in January of 22. So I know things were going down in January 22, but alts were outperforming Bitcoin. A lot of them were. So if we repeat something of this nature, now let's look at some diminished returns or whatever. That was 2,000% against Bitcoin that season from December of 2016. And this one right here of December 2020, this was about a fifth of that. So if you get a fifth of this, then we're looking at, from where we are right now, you're looking at kind of, at least up to your old all-time highs. I think you can make new ones against Bitcoin. If you can't, within the next year, this would be an indication that some of the Bitcoin maxis were right. I mean, keep in mind, guys, the majority of individual stocks do bleed against the S&P 500. The majority of individual cryptos or altcoins will probably bleed against Bitcoin. I don't know if, I don't know if this will eventually, I feel like it'll keep going upward against Bitcoin, but maybe eventually it won't. I don't know. Maybe this is the first time it doesn't because of institutions and all that money coming in. So definitely got to see ETH versus Bitcoin. That's a really good one to look at right now. I actually got it up right here. So still a big place. Last time we bottomed out against Bitcoin right around December of 2020. Really December of 20. Let's look at that in the weekly. I just want to see here in the 4-year cycle, December. So essentially the end of December. Very similar to what we're kind of seeing right here. Maybe we're seeing a more extended higher low double bottom as we saw in December 21 to 28. So this is just a month long rather than a week long. And if you look at yellow X's, a lot of stuff looks good. A lot of stuff looks like we could potentially be bottoming. I think your main argument against bottoming and for coming down lower with this would be that we still are in a quantitative tightening technically, even though the Fed is cutting rates. So, I mean, I've talked to a lot of smart people about that. They've been, I guess, skeptical of altcoin season because of that, but we shall see. Or skeptical of ETH because of that, but we shall see. You confirmed a deep anchor wave on the 3-week. Your money flow is still not that great, on your two week as well. Those things I think would change incrementally if we do jump up even, probably 20-30% against Bitcoin, or even 12% for that matter. But if we jump back up to this area, things would look a hell of a lot better. In the 4-year cycle, most likely it's bottomed, but we'll see. Things are a little bit different this time, maybe. And then if we look at, I don't know, just for example, just a few others that, Cardano maybe, that came down, trying to make a lower high or whatever, or higher low. VWAP kind of coming up here. Just trying to think. 2 week. And then right there, I would argue, yeah, because you do have this wick. Where we are right now is somewhat of a significant place, at least. And again, I mean, if you can hold this, it would look good. You know, it'd definitely be good for Cardano. I want to look at Cardano Bitcoin, which is, there's obviously a lot of data with that. Got its little correction here, but yeah, you should be able to continue, I would think. Yeah, that's just my kind of opinion on this. You should be able to continue. So I would lean more on the bull camp for that matter. Some of these are a little bit hesitant, you know, like Chainlink as of right now. We could also look at AVAX, and you know, if we look at, let's some more data here. Let's see. I mean, yeah, almost this looks like it wants to try to reject. Maybe it could jump up here. Still that boring situation. Just we're not seeing that trading volume we need to really make anything too significant happen as of yet. So, you know, that's kind of just how it is right now. You know, if I were to be going for a trade right now, I'd probably just go do an easy long on Bitcoin or maybe Solana or ETH just off of these levels. That would make the most sense, and kind of be patient with it. Now, what we can look at as well here, let's look at crypto funding rates. Let's look at crypto funding rates here. So, I mean, a few more people are going long. Most of the leverage in this market is usually going to be long. I mean, most people are trading crypto, believe in it long term, so they're going to be more on the bull side just to begin with, especially for like long term trades. So, yeah, but those numbers do not indicate to me that if we have to crash or go down lower, you know what I mean? They don't indicate anything that bad to me. You know, ETF here, you know, ETH ETF trying to jump up. So, yeah, and if we look at worrying supply trend, I guess that would be bullish for it. Yeah. Austin fell, Tampa fell, so a couple places fell a little bit, but not too bad. Miami was up on the year, so kind of flat. Just thinking here. Oh, okay, so there's more supply. But that's really, you know, sometimes these fear articles are at the bottom, especially on CNBC. Let's see. Am I bullish for 25? Yes. The Dow, who cares about the Dow? Puerto Rico without power received. Forget the reason for that. I was looking at that, but yeah. Doubling to 25. Jimmy Kimmel, you know, when you're with the family, they watch the old liberals. They watch the Jimmy Kimmels. He mentioned something with Bitcoin. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but he did mention with something with Bitcoin. I feel like this would be bearish. Anything CNBC talking about big numbers would be bearish. Maybe CNBC's right. You know, who knows? I would kind of, I mean, yeah, it's all over the place. Usually the low end would be, well, we already surpassed 80K, but I mean, yeah, as you get higher, my prediction, as you guys probably know, has been around 150. So would hope that CNBC's somewhat right, but you know, they were saying what, 300K by 21. I mean, by 2022, and then you know, you got a fifth of the way there. So yeah. There's a more conservative predictions. Hopefully the predictions would get crazier as time goes on, and that's kind of when you know when to sell. So yeah. But as of right now, you know, I do think that, you know, a little bit of like a freebie, you know, trade setup that I think has a good shot of potentially doing something good. You know, 94, getting in right around here, and then I would go up to the spider line, maybe, you know, have a lenient stop loss. I mean, that's a pretty damn good risk-reward ratio. You're just betting that we could break upward here rather than downward. And I think you got a good shot of that, you know. So, yeah. What's up, DCF? Yeah, I think that's... I'm going to sound so damn ignorant. EVM address. I mean, my ETH address is public. I think it's evanaldo.eth. I think it, oh geez, do I still own that? Gee, does that expire? Fuck. Excuse the language. EMV, I don't know what that is, DCF. You're gonna have to go into more details there. mean, I'd give you an ETH address. I'm not too concerned with just some random new meme coin. I mean, those are a dime a dozen. Ape coin still doing nothing. Jeez. Slow market. Slow market, yeah. XRP, yeah. Again, big area making higher lows. I think you might be able to jump back. I think you might be able to jump back after this correction. 30% correction, that may be all we need. Yeah, there's trigger waves forming. Or daily maybe? Where's the trigger wave? Yeah, daily. Oh, it's evanaldo.eth. That's what it is, DCF, evanaldo.eth. Jim Cramer's bullish. Jim Cramer is permeable, I feel like. Is Jim Cramer ever not bullish? Like, I feel like Jim Cramer's always bullish. What's up, Wonder Bar? Happy New Year, guys. So, yeah. How much lower do I think alts could go? It depends on the alt, but, I mean, they could go down another 20% or more, sure. I mean, ETH, if you drop down, yeah, another 20% maybe, 16%. But I kind of don't think that'll happen, though. I mean, Jim Cramer changes his mind every other day, you know. I mean, it's not really... I mean, do you bet on the opposite of what he says on Saturday or the opposite of what he says on Sunday? Or the opposite of what he says on Monday, Tuesday? Buy on Monday, sell, do, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to counter trade somebody who changes their mind every 3.5 seconds. But, I mean, Cramer's pretty much always permeable, you know. I mean, it's all entertainment with that. I mean... I don't even think he makes his own damn predictions or even buys anything he talks about. I think his writers do all that for him. He just reads off a teleprompter in poor English. You know? Right there. I think it might be able to jump. I don't know too much about that one. People have been asking me about Stellar a lot. I don't know. I probably wouldn't mess with this. I think it looks worse than a lot of other things, but maybe it could jump up and make new all-time highs. I don't know. I mean, that's a very large, good pattern. I mean, maybe it could go 10x for all I know. I have no idea. I don't think that's going to a $100 billion market cap, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay. Yeah, appreciate you, GCF. I'll probably do nothing with it ever. Just forget about it. But I'll check it. But yeah, I'm not gonna shill it, bro. Like I don't do that stuff. I mean, I'll look at it on the TA if it has enough data, but you know. Yeah. Yeah, there's 30-year. What was the other? I think this is topped, and we're starting to see better things. Yeah, that monthly confirms in 5 hours. I think this is topped. I could be wrong, but in all likelihood, this is topped. I mean, I don't think it's coming back. I don't think it's getting up to 62. I think you hit your 61, and that's it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Triple Q. Mind your P's and Q's. Was it down today? Yeah, I guess it was down today, stock market. I think the trigger wave in the daily could save us, or we come down a little bit, trying to make a higher low. It definitely doesn't look the best. I would say crypto looks a little bit better, so yeah. I mean, if this does go lower, crypto probably would break downward, but we shall see, yeah. The thing too with this, if you're like, because right now, guys, like, I mean, most years for S&P 500 and NASDAQ end up positive. Like, I mean, let's just see. There's probably 2022 is a red year. Was even 2020 a red year after all that happened? I mean, most years do end up positive. So if you want to invest, usually January 1st would be the day to do so. That would be the day to buy and then wait, that year. Oh, okay. I appreciate you, GCF. Appreciate that. The euro, okay. That's different. Okay, that's bled. Okay, we're coming back to the... Yeah, I mean, part of this was the kind of rose all the tourists going to Europe and all that, and annoying the Europeans, especially Italy or whatever. It does seem like it may break down a little bit more. You kind of want this to do better if you want crypto to do better. That's the thing. But I mean, you know, it is a big area. It does look like you may come down farther. It does look like you may come down. I mean, that was a low right there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, down 33%. Yeah. Wow. It generally bleeds against the dollar, so there's that. Follow that trend, maybe. Just trying to think here. Lucid, I've kept my eye on. I think that may have some more potential here. PayPal's another one that got destroyed that I've been keeping my eye on. I have a small position in PayPal, but nothing too crazy yet. I mean, back up to 93. I think if you could break upward from where we are right now, you might be able to hit. I mean, you got some at 120 and then 170, so you might be able to do something here. $85 billion market cap with all that, you know, downward. How much lower could Gala Games go? It could go to 0, man. Gala's not like, I mean, I think you would bounce here. If you lose this, then you'd probably bounce at this area. I don't think you would retest these lows, at least not for a long time. If you were to, you know, really dump hard. What was I gonna say? In a current trade, I still think I'm in a soul long somewhere. I'm gonna post a new trade in Discord, I think right at the termination of this live stream, at the end of this live stream, and I think that's worth a shot right now. It could be risky because we're still, you know, it's still a low trading volume, but I do have some optimism for the beginning of next year. So yeah. What do I think about? Yeah, I've been hearing about people, invest in cannabis for a while. I mean, the thing with that, I don't know much about the popular ones. I know Kronos was one of the popular ones for that. The thing with that is it's like, I think it's this one. Yeah, this had a fun, when they first started to go legal, and then, all the way back down. I mean, it's probably down 92%. Yeah, I don't know if this is even a good one to look into anymore. Price is already factored in for those a lot. I think long term there could be some good ones to get into as it, becomes more legal, but sometimes it's kind of already factored in because we kind of know it's all going to be legal probably within 5 years in every state. So that doesn't mean it can't keep expanding, but weed stocks must pump. Yeah. Well, what are some examples of ones that could do well? MicroStrategy. Ooh. Yeah, I would be surprised if if you lose where we are right now, I don't think you would lose 273. I mean, you already crashed a lot with this. People are getting scared because he just keeps buying more crap, you know what I mean? But I don't think he'd come down more than 50% here. I think this is actually a pretty good dip buying opportunity. But the thing is, for MicroStrategy, let's look at like MicroStrategy Bitcoin, generally just keeps bleeding. It's up a little bit against Bitcoin here, but if we look at, well, actually it's probably better to look at the frickin' Bitcoin versus Mr. Yeah, that jump right there. Yeah, big area. I'd probably go with Bitcoin. The other one that I really think, that I would say would probably outperform it, because if you look at this chart, you're just like, yeah, it's a damn good bet. MicroStrategy versus, or ETH versus MicroStrategy, I should say. That's, I mean, okay, so you got your kind of, you made a higher high here, which is good too. So from where we are right now, I could see us outperforming it by quite a bit. You would need ETH to really go crazy though for that to happen. So, well, what's that ETH right now? What's ETH right now? Let's say we get up to 10K. Let's be optimistic. That's about a 3x. MicroStrategy does what is MicroStrategy at? So if ETH does, MicroStrategy at 3, yeah. MicroStrategy could do a 3x too. Probably less though, but ETH could go crazy maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. They might be more sideways for a while. I do think ETH will outperform it though. I have a little bit of Fetch.ai. I think I have a little bit of Ocean. There's a lot of... Blood Diamond right there. You have the monthly. I think we could jump from these general areas. So yeah. Just thinking here. What's up, Marco? What do you think's gonna happen with crypto right now? What's up, NBF? Appreciate you guys. By the way, guys, if you're interested, this is the first time I'll mention it right now. We've got a new bonus on BloFin. It's a futures bonus for how much you're trading. I think it's just a futures bonus. The one on, credit to the account. The one on BYDFI, you can withdraw the money for this bonus based on trading volume. It shows the trading volume right here. So they are pretty similar promos, except the one on BYDFI is a little bit better because you can withdraw the money and buy these potential things with it. Both of these links, BYDFI and BloFin, as always, you get 10% off your fees with my link down below. And in addition, I give you guys one free month in the Aldo Empire VIP Discord if you sign up to any exchanges down below. Deposit at least $100 and open a UID in the Discord. Bearish dip in the 2-week on Bitcoin. Let's see that. Oh, you're talking about I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, and the thing is, your money flow is still good, so maybe it's not the craziest, situation. Maybe we have a little bit more, and then March we get our drop back. I know March is historically a bad month, and you come back down to here, and then you get your last leg up into the end of the year. I could see something like that. There's a lot of different possibilities here. I don't know with the money flow if this is necessarily that bad as of right now. Maybe I'm just being too optimistic, but yeah. But I think the big thing we want to do right now is hold freaking 90, hold where we are right now. And then we, should do well, I guess. Back up to 105. Then hopefully higher. $1.86 trillion market cap right now. The thing too, if we look at others, let's just look at others because, I know a lot of us own others right now, own other coins aside from Bitcoin and ETH right now, and things outside the top 10 in market cap. So we want this to continue. And if we look at, kind of our 2-week or 3-week, unless you think, it's just going to be a rejection from all-time highs here, then then you would be looking at this situation back up to 740 billion. So yeah. The thing too, I would argue, is your money flow wants to come up higher. I think your money flow definitely wants to come up higher here. Where are we in the 4-year cycle? We're right here. So if you look at where we are right here to there, that would bring us, into, even April. Wow, when that, well, okay. It didn't, if you really look at where we topped out though, it's a large time frame, from here to January. So I think you would come up higher, but we shall see. I think you're right, Marco. Most people are in spot waiting for 70, 80K. Yeah, I could see some people waiting for that. You know, I think, look, I mean, if you're to wait until tomorrow, you know, January 1st and buy, most likely it will be a positive year for Bitcoin. The thing is, obviously, like, let's see if you bought on. Right there. So if you bought at, you know, this area for others, let's say you bought on January 1st, a bunch of altcoins are beginning of January. Let's say you got in even a bad place. You know, it's 350%. Now, I mean, maybe it'll be less this time. You could make a good argument for that if you get on right now. I mean, 100%, you know, I mean, you could see us getting all the way to 100, you know, 1.5 trillion. Maybe a trillion would be a good goal. 3x an average. So we'll see. You know. I wanted to see if Pentoshi posted anything recently on Twitter. Life is really what you make it. We have so much choice and we perceive events can train our brains to see anything more positive. Okay. Incredibly grateful. That sucks. Pengu holders. I would assume Pentoshi's pretty bullish right now. Is that Pentoshi? I wonder. 4 to 6 plus 30%. Yeah. Oh, it was 5 years ago now. Almost a few months until 5 years ago. You're saying my voice is cracking? Is that what it is? I'm a little bit congested. That could be why. Post having January, I agree, Marco. Yeah, definitely. Card for energy drinks. Do you have to be a certain age to buy Red Bull? I didn't even know that. Let's see here. So previous, okay. Talking about total, yeah. So it's just all bullish stuff for Pentoshi. Funding. Okay. Yeah, this is just all bullish. Yeah. What is this? Beam. Yeah. I want to look at Pengu. Is Pentoshi behind Pengu? Because Penguin. Is it? Oh no, that's not the. I think that's something different, right? Oh no, it's this one. Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, Pudgy Pengu. Yeah. That could. What do you guys think of Pengu? I know people have asked me about it. I think this, if the market could continue here. I mean, you're technically down 66%. Could be something. I'll probably. I mean, I'm more of an ape guy. I'll say that. But yeah. Happy New Year, Donatas. 1 million candle. Pepe. Harlow, yep. Pepe. I think a lot of things will outperform Pepe, but I've been wrong about this before. It seems to never fail. I don't know. I think it could keep jumping here, honestly, I guess. That's wild. Just thinking here. What was the other? Well, let's see. Mutant Ape Yacht Club token. I guess this would be. I mean, this thing is like kind of delayed, I think, but I guess this would be where we could potentially jump. They're probably still at 10K a pop if we look at CoinGecko here. Okay, so it's down. Yeah, we could jump down a bit. Let's see what that. Let's do some basic TA. So breaking downward, I guess, unless we jump up quickly. I mean, I guess if you break downward from that situation, you would be looking at back to 2 ETH. You know, hopefully not, but we'll see. 2.6. I mean, you do have a little bit, right? I just want to look at. Yeah, because on the way down, like, you're at 2.8 right now, so you could argue 2.5, 2.8. You know, all this could be kind of support. What was that wick to? Yeah, you'd want to hold that area. If you don't hold that general area, then you're back down to like 2.2, two, high ones. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. 1 month candle. Oh, I have a mutant ape too. Monthly's still good, I think. Yeah, because that money flow's okay. I mean, it wouldn't be too. I mean, if you get a bear div here and you're at 150K, that's probably your ticket to get the hell out of these markets, honestly. But I feel like it might not be a bear div. Like, it may be a higher momentum wave, and then you got to wait till kind of the next one to. We've never had a true bear div here. Oh, was that one? No, I did technically not. I don't think. Yeah. Let's look at Ordi. I don't know. I think you may jump here. I think I'll have NFTs too. This may be the time. How about the freaking board ape ones? Let's see here. Yeah, that's the same kind of. I mean, you're hoping for 14, I guess now. They could jump though. I mean, these are the hardest freaking. That's max. No, that's not max. Hold on. 14, I guess. Yeah, 13, 14. Trying to jump on. I mean, 15. 15's a round number. Maybe that's where it jumps. We'll see. Dog on room. I mean, dog USD. I'm probably gonna get going in a little bit, guys. It's may hit the gym for the last time of this year. Trying to think. Oh yeah, that's a big point. This could jump here. Absolutely, that's a really big point. Yeah. Dog to the moon. Yeah. We shall see. Yeah, S&P. So this is, the futures. I think this could jump here, maybe. I mean, we really want these damn yields to come down. I mean, this is kind of annoying. I mean, this is just, you've just been, I mean, you came down so much and then frickin'. I mean, I'm just curious about, yields. Okay, so we're on the monthly right here. They dropped down in 18, which kind of helped, and then the market, and then they, because of pandemic, let's see, 30. And that just keeps coming up, and that's like a reverse head and shoulders. Maybe you jump back up to damn old all-time highs here. Not, well, local, yearly within the last 2 years. For 30-year mortgages. I don't know. Money flow kind of coming out here. I want that VWAP to come down. Anyway, I think I'm going to probably get going. Let's see. S&P 500. Let's see S&P 500 in fears could be quite great when it comes up. It goes up again and crypto rise gives more time before dipping. Let's see, fear and just CNN of all places. That is in fear, yeah. I'm surprised people are so scared with the damn thing doing so well. That was a lot of greed in early 24, and then you had, as things came down a little bit with crypto. I mean, it does follow crypto a lot. Interesting. Let me see some other freaking fear and greed. Yeah, it's still the same thing. Yeah. Crypto, it says more greed, but I mean, this is not. There's no exact science here. I mean, it's kind of hard to. But no, I would be bullish on a lot of things based on this. I mean, I feel like it's historically, if you were to get into Bitcoin at times and there was more fear, like kind of what we're seeing now almost, it would be good. So a lot of things are shaping up to a really good 2025, as would be expected in the 4-year cycle. Let's see. Potential bear div on month on Cipher. Oh yeah, we looked at that. I mean, that could take time to. Money flow is still okay. You're not going to see that form unless we come down incrementally. You'd probably have to come down to like 70K for that to happen. So as of right now, I think we're okay. But we shall see. Maybe I'm wrong. If that does form a bear div, then I don't think it will, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get going in a second. If you guys are interested in trading, I worked really hard to get some really good bonuses for you, especially, okay, so first of all, with BloFin and BYDFI, as always, you get 10% off all your fees on there if you sign up with my link. That should be for life. And here are the bonuses. BloFin, and neither of them are KYC or VPN required. Here are the bonuses right now. On BloFin, you get up to 100K futures bonus, and it's a trading bonus. So if you trade 5 mil, 1,500, minimum deposit 5K. So you'd look here. BYDFI, I like this one a little bit better because you can withdraw the rewards and buy these potential things with the money, such as a Rolex submarine Rolex, and all this. And I don't think there's a minimum deposit. It's just trading volume. So you obviously got to trade a hell of a lot to get the Rolex. But check out the links down below if you guys are interested. Really good promos. I like these two exchanges. I'm going to be putting in some new trades really soon. I'm confident. I'm excited about January going forward. So I'll see you guys soon. Really appreciate you guys. Smash the like button, and I will see you guys.